What's going on, guys? So it's been a little while since we've been doing some truck stuff. I've been playing with Jeeps a lot lately, trying to get Deb's Jeep done, trying to get my Jeep up to snuff, and then just going and playing on some rocks. But now I want to get back on working on some truck stuff. This was going to be like a quick flip, so let me give you the story on the truck. This truck was about to be parted out because it was, in the owner's eyes, beyond repair. The quotes she had received to repair this truck were astronomical. What happened is the front drive shaft gave out and it destroyed the transfer case, did some damage to the outside of the transmission, destroyed the wiring harness, destroyed the fuel system. Like, it did do some pretty gnarly damage. I'm gonna go over the good and the bad here. So this front bumper, I don't know how much of it's gonna come across on camera, but it is pretty hammered. You can see there's a little bit of a dent right here. Body gap's not perfect. Headlights, super clouded. Fog lights, super clouded. This light bar actually works pretty good, but it also looks trashed. You guys can just see the rock rash on this bumper. So I want to take care of that. Someone has taken some time to repaint this hood, and they did the insets black, and it's really well done. Looks freaking awesome. This is just a mark from my gloves that'll buff out. I do like the grill, the EAG grill. I'm probably gonna get rid of that logo just because I don't dig the logo. Wheel and tire package, stance is really good. I like the fender flares. This bottom section here, kind of down here, that's rhino lined. They did a pretty clean job, doesn't look too bad. When I got it, the exhaust was completely rusted through, so this is a brand new 5-inch turbo back exhaust, and that is a 7-inch tip I threw on. Just kind of an Amazon special there. Looks pretty good. The window tint, really well done, looks nice. This rear bumper probably needs a little bit of love. It's got a couple of little dings, but nothing too bad. The bed, let me show you guys this bed. This was definitely not a work truck. You can't really see it with all the snow, but the bed is in amazing condition. Like, there's really no damage at all. It's kind of interesting. Normally these trucks are just beat to crap in the bed. Tail lights, they don't look bad, but this one is cracked out and it doesn't work, so got to do something about that. And again, wheel and tire package is nice. I'll be cleaning them up. There is some pretty gnarly curb rash on these. Let me show you what kind of made me fall in love with this truck. So for a truck that was about to be parted out, I got this truck for an extremely good price. The interior on this truck is in amazing shape. I haven't cleaned this or anything. This is exactly how I got it. So you can see all the seats are in good shape. Got a little dirt on the headliner, but we can clean that off. But overall, headliner's in great shape. The seats are in great shape. I mean, even underneath the seats, all in great shape. Everything works, so all the electronics, the window switches, the door locks, all work great. Again, I haven't detailed this out. This is exactly how I got it. You can see that it needs a little cleaning, but overall condition, even these driver seats are known for getting trashed. Looks good. Nice center console truck. Just everything's so nice. Came with a nice CTS with a pod mount. So I think this is a good candidate to become a daily driver. And I'm going to take you guys along for the ride of how I'm going to make it for me personally as a daily driver truck. So didn't get everything recorded, but we got the sump put in here. You guys can see that there. Pretty clean install. Ended up wrapping the hoses up around the side of the tank so it's nice and clean. You can see them popping out there. The air dog two 4G 200 gallon per hour pump. Then everything's wired and tucked up nice and neat here. And still see there's some parts clearly missing we're gonna be working on. Did pull the exhaust and the downpipe out. So this turbo actually is in phenomenal shape. I don't know if I can get you guys up in there, but very good shape there. So we did put in the swag fuel filter delete. It's basically the exact same thing as the fleece one, just costs half as much. So went ahead and put that guy in. Goal for today is actually to get the exhaust back in, transfer case back in, see if we can't get this thing to a point where I can drive it. We will not be in the front drive shaft quite yet because I still need to do some repairs on the floor. All right, I was just running in the studs for this transfer case, and I figured I'd show you guys what I like to do. So, set this up on a tripod here. All right, guys. I was running in these transfer case studs, and I thought I might just give you some tips of how I do it. So I already chased all these threads with the appropriate tap. So when you get a new transfer case like this or a Beaman, you tend to get paint down in these threads. So I cleaned all that out. And then I'm gonna run just a little bit of red Loctite on my stud. Like, these are pretty much something I never want to come out. And then they're gonna get a little tight on you. So I have a nut that's just a tiny, tiny bit smaller than the size of the actual stud. And I'll use that to run it in. Run it just past the collar. Use some locking pliers to get my nut back off. And it just makes it real easy to get your studs in. All right, so I had this hope that you guys probably won't even see this footage because I'm... All right, I kind of have a hope that I don't even have to show you guys this footage, but I thought I'd record it because I'm gonna try and He-Man this thing up onto my jack. And there's a good chance something bad might happen. Might be entertaining, so let's see what happens. I would use this chain, but the problem is the chain's gonna go right over the top of where I need to put it into the transmission, so just gonna have to be careful. All right, transfer case. It's back in the hole. Sorry guys, no carnage. I'm gonna put the bolts on now and should be good to go. All right, when you're trying to get this transfer case top bolts, you're gonna need a stubby like this guy. And you need to make sure you drop the back end of the transmission down as far as you can without hurting the engine mounts. That's the only way you're gonna be able to actually get on this bolt effectively. Can't really get a ratchet in there. It's just the nature of the beast. So you'll need to get a set of stubbies and make sure you have enough clearance from the top of the transfer case to the floor of the truck. And this is the same on basically any vehicle I've ever done. I kind of have the same problem. Some are harder to get to than others, some are easier, but this way always seems to work well. And then just remember that these studs are going into an aluminum housed transfer case, so they don't have to be super tight. But it is a little hard getting torque on these stubby guys. I always run them up as far as I can by hand too, just to make sure I have as little work with this stubby ratchet as possible, because they are a little bit of a pain. I'm hoping Santa brings me some ratcheting stubbies this year for Christmas. I need some bad. Guys, I gotta apologize to you. I got a little excited and I put everything back together and I forgot to hit record. So we got everything put back in, drive shaft, everything's wired. Took it for a test drive. It actually runs really, really good. We did notice that there's some looseness in the steering that we're gonna have to take care of. We'll definitely show that to you guys in another video. You guys can see this motor has like 0 blow by. So it's about 220 something thousand miles on this engine. And I'm just amazed by how well it runs. You can see that there's no blow by whatsoever. Overall though, extremely pleased. Transfer case is working great. The new fuel system is working great. On to the next thing.